Hi, my name is Adrian.
And I'm Lejay. The Seekerville High School audio-video production team had the pleasure of visiting Coach Poppen's U.S. history class. Here are some highlights.
Whenever they were fighting the white man, does anybody have any idea why they lost most of the time?
Gunpowder.
What did the white men have?
Gunpowder.
Guns. What did the Indians have?
Sticks.
Okay, bows and arrows. Eventually the Indians do get that. The most famous battle that the Indians actually won was called the Battle of Little Bighorn. The guy's name was Colonel George Custer. Colonel Custer led something called the 7th Cavalry, who went around the Great Plains fighting against the Indians. Well, Custer brought his men to this valley. Well, the bad thing was the Indians were waiting in the hills around them. And the Indians massacred the white men at the Battle of Little Bighorn. This is one of the very few Indian victories. Okay, so the Battle of Little Bighorn, Colonel George Custer, most of the Native Americans lost a lot of these battles. The most famous battle probably that the Indians lost was called the Battle of Wounded Knee, where the white men slaughtered men, women, and children at the Battle of Wounded Knee in South Dakota. So, here is a picture of George Custer. Here is a picture of recreation drawing of it. You can see all of his soldiers in a circle with the horses out here. They're in the middle, and coming from the hills around are the Indians to massacre them. General George Custer in the Battle of Little Bighorn, or Custer's Last Stand. So when all this is said and done, the Indians are losing. We take their land and we take them to the reservations. What is the root word of reservations?
Reserve.
Reserve. This is land reserved for the Indians. Do you think that the land was really good land or bad land that we gave them? Okay, we gave them the worst land to farm. And then we said, farm it. Okay? And so those are called reservations. The land was smaller and lacked resources, was not good for farming. Okay, here's us. This is a picture of something called the Trail of Tears, where we took the Indians from the east and sent them to Oklahoma. Notice it's during the middle of the winter we sent them, and many Indians died on this Trail of Tears. Okay? If you take a look at this picture, okay? Remember, the Indians used to live in all of the United States. Look at where they live now.
Ain't nobody live in Texas.
There's no reservations in Texas.
I'm the only Indian in Texas.
I guess so. Okay, please look at where I'm from. I'm from South Dakota. What do you notice about South Dakota?
A lot of
A lot of reservations. I lived right here, which was 50 miles from a reservation. Okay? My good friend that I played college baseball was from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Okay? So notice we have taken all of this land and give them this piece of land. Go to these pieces of land and none of it is really farmable. Are you with me? Arable or farmable? All right? So these are the reservations where we put them. You have 15 seconds to talk. Go. Everyone must talk.
I forgot.
Do not write right now. If I see you writing, I take points off. You're supposed to be talking.
He was gonna write. He was like this.
You're not writing.
He teaches a lot. One day.
We now have 15 seconds to write. Go.
You usually have a class. Oh, you're fifth? So let's go this year. We all used to have a house back together.
That's how we do it. Well, we get that great. The way we do it. Have it down. Hang on, all right, stop, look, and listen. All right, Native Americans today, 45 seconds to listen. Most Native Americans today are citizens just like you and me. There's going to be something called the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, and they are going to become citizens of our country. Many still live on reservations. Okay, now understand something about a reservation. We totally took their culture away, and we put them on these reservations, and you've got to understand, their life was destroyed. The alcoholism rate on reservations is 4 and 5 times higher for males on the reservation than regular society. Every year, you hear of an Indian or two that drinks the wrong kind of alcohol. Does everybody know there's 2 kinds of alcohol?
Alcohol you put on your skin and
Anybody ever
alcohol.
heard of rubbing alcohol? Rubbing alcohol that you put on sores and stuff. And then there's a drinking kind of alcohol. All right, every year in the wintertime, you'll hear of some Indian that has drank the wrong kind of alcohol and been poisoned and died. So the alcoholism, these reservations are very, very hard to live because their culture's been destroyed so much. Okay? New laws have returned some of the land to the Indians. Okay, how would you feel if you were an Indian? And they took your land and they made you live in it and totally changed. For example, let's say I was a doctor and all of a sudden they said, okay, now you're going to become a mechanic. What's the difference between a doctor and a mechanic? How is their lives different? One works on cars, one works on people. How about how much money you make? Doctor makes a lot more money, right? Okay, a lot of different lifestyle. The doctors have nice, clean skin because they're working on people and stuff. And then mechanics have oil on their hand and stuff. And so it's a lot different, isn't it? So if you had to change that, that would be a big difference. Okay, taking a look up here. Again, Coach Poppen lived in South Dakota. Okay, this is the Indians. They do at times during the year dress up in their traditional garb. Okay, they have something called a powwows. They have powwows every summer in South Dakota by where I'm at. About 50 miles away, they'll have these powwows. Well, they'll dress up in their old Indian garb. They'll go through their old Indian dances. And it's a celebration of the way they used to live. Okay? But most Indians look like this now. They look like you and me. They are citizens of the United States, and that's Native Americans today. 15 seconds to talk, go. If you are not talking, if you're laying your head down, if you're writing, you're all getting points off. Please talk right now.
Many still live on
You gotta be talking.
They all look like those in our
They would.
Now write.
Somebody rocked you. Oh, I know why. Nah, not that too long. Cool. My car is out. Oh, he play something? He good or something?
Got it.
I bet he ain't scoring. From goal.
All right, stop, look, and listen. Here is your task now. All right, right now you need to be silent so you can hear instructions. All right, what you are going to do. All right, I'm going to give you the handout which goes with your response card. You are going to use your response card looking back to answer questions or working on it kind of as a group now. So when I tell you your table, you're going to come up and give one of these. You're going to take your response card and see where it says westward expansion right here on the bottom in your heading. And then you're going to put it like this. Okay, you're going to come up here. You're going to put it in the edge here. Push this button and then go back and start working. Here's what you are going to work on. All right? You are going to do the first page. You're going to put your full heading on it, and then you are going to do the front and the back of the first page as a group. Everybody with me? First group, go.
My paper, Mom. My paper.
You're going to have to hope that your group knows all the answers then. Next group, get in line. Next group, get in line.
Don't ever sit down and you stand up. Take a chair. Take a.
Okay, sweetie, what are you doing? Yeah. It's got to go along the top side, doesn't it?
I didn't know that.
Next group, get in line.
Oh, way back.
Not right now.
Why? Oh my god.
They got some 2 class periods in a row.
You guys go. It's all right. Just put it in there and push the button. Next group.
But I'm gonna sit down. You stand. I'll get the chair. Let me get the chair for you.
Nah, I'm good.
Trying to bully somebody out. But you see, she the one working. You just stay there. Huh? Put the camera up. Sit down. It's not hard. He always trying to do that. He can't do that to nobody. So good.
Yeah, last group.
Mama ni iyo, mama mo yung
You can't say on your remember that. What? My paper is locked on what for space?
Okay, what should you be doing right now? Carlos, what should we be doing right now? On what? Okay, the what part of that package? Front and back of the first page. Front and back of the first page.
I can't read. I put it to work. Hey, Sue. Hey, Sue.
Okay, Mr. Majors, have you started working yet? Okay, the answer is I'm talking to somebody else about across the class. Please get to work. All right, today you get to work on these. Please make sure you look up here. You get to work on this as a group. Okay, the words in the word bank. They have one word is going to be used more than once. I want you to add this word in. Everybody get to the someplace on your word bank. I need you to add this word into the word bank. Is everybody ready? Write down the word barbed wire. B-A-R-B-E-D space wire. W-I-R-E. Add that in there. That is one of the words that's an answer. So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to work with you and your group on this, the front and back of the first page. Go.
A special thanks to Coach Poppen for letting us visit your class. Thanks for watching and have a great day.